Well, this was a long time coming. After watching everything pre-Timeskip, we're finally in the second part of the show, the Timeskip era. And there are some very notable changes with this new era, so buck up your little seatbelt and do a tongue twister as I discuss the return of Sabaody. The very first change you'll notice is the animation. It seems a lot more bright to say. Like first time seeing all of this, I just immediately got flashbang. I thought I was about to meet my maker, which is more or less a negative so far. I kind of preferred how it looked in the original. It's more so just how bright it is that gets me. The next new change are the characters, and they seem a bit different. Somehow they all got hit with the ugly juice and became hideous all of a sudden. And now Luffy just goes around and shoots everybody. Then with all that training, they just get wrecked by this tangerine girl? Like, what was wrong with that? Nah, I'm just kidding. These are our double gangers. I'll talk about them later. So speaking of tangerines, the first person we meet is Nami. And yes, of course, she got some bigger bazonga bagoongas. But that's not all to her character. She has longer hair now, which is actually a good look. And her outfit, I can't really complain about it. So I've heard Timeskip has more of a horniness to it. And this would be a prime example, but we've seen her wear outfits like this before. So it's not as shocking now. But I mean, overall, it's a good change. Next up, we have Usopp, and boy howdy was I disappointed. Like, everything about him just seems cool. He saw a bunch of gym TikToks, so now he's on that grind set and got muscles, and he seemed a lot more confident. But then later in the arc, he's back to his usual self. Yay. Much like Duke Nukem Forever. It may all look cool, but in reality, he still kept his flaws. Next, we have Chopper, and design-wise, yeah, I don't like it. My main problem with the design is the tank top. Like, why? Why a tank top? And the colors aren't even good with him. Unfortunately, if I was ranking this, Chopper would probably be on the lower part. His design is just eh. Up next is Robin. And unfortunate sad news, she lost her tan. No! In her new design, I can kind of see it and kind of not. The little skirt action and the sunglasses fit. Jacket is interesting to say. Other than that, she's relatively the same, so I mean, it's Robin, so just put her at the top. Someone who got a massive change was Brook. Brook's design is wild. Good golly, bagoogies. He was a depressed skeleton, all of a sudden he became a pop sensation. Unfortunately, he wasn't in much of this arc, he was just vibing, playing his epic guitar. He's got a heart of gold, just like a hero. And I'm also interested in what his powers will be now. So for the most excited, I'll probably say Brook. Franky, what have they done to you? Yeah, I'm sure you know by now. A lot of people don't like this design. Instead of looking human, who was part robot, he's now robot, like the movie. But what I don't like about it is how robotic he is now. Like there are some moments in the arc where he just seemed like he just became a robot all of a sudden. Speaking of massacres, Sanji, control yourself. Design-wise, he looks badass. Looks like a Men in Black character. But then the nosebleeds. And then Perona comes in to help the Straw Hats, and then there is that. Even though he's a hound dog now, it does make sense. He was on an island just full of drags. It would make a man like him go insane. Zoro, did his eye get lost? Did he just wake up one morning and his eye just vanish? And then somehow, it was revealed that he was the first one to arrive there, which at first didn't make any sense, but then we had later context and it does. Design-wise, I think because of how bright the animation is, it just doesn't look good for me. Like the green with it, it's just very iffy. And him and Sanji only just showed off them just one-shotting Akuma bot, so like there's not much shown with them. Other than Zoro just being himself, I'm a tad bit disappointed. Oh, so I just sound fancy. And now to the main course himself. We had all the side salad, but now it's time for the medium rare steak, Luffy. His face is a bit different, but his design is cool. I like that he now has all the prime colors on his outfit. And then when it comes to powers, when they're trying to escape, he just immediately transforms into Gear 2 and just backshots Akuma bot. So now he's back to being unstoppable. And even with the other Straw Hats, I just can't wait to see what kind of new stuff they have. I mean, there's not much to say. Him and Chopper being dumbasses and thinking the fake Straw Hats were the actual ones. And Luffy activated his Haki so instantly. So our main opponents this time around are fake Straw Hats. They were just weak. Much like the British people with rain. It was very disappointing and sad. They weren't a threat, they were just a nuisance continuing the plot. I mean, as sad as the fake Straw Hats are, they at least have WeWare, so I'll give them credit for that. But then there's another villain focused, this weird, sludged man who looks like a Psychonauts character. Now I don't even think he's much of a threat. Even though he's a Logia type user, I feel like since we learned about Haki, like Luffy could probably easily defeat him. The main highlight is the escape. After all that plot stuff with the fake Straw Hats and alerting the government of the Straw Hats return, the whole place just gets swarmed. And then that amazing farewell to Ray. That was a very nice scene. Especially when I watched 3D 2Y, where you get to see kind of more of them together. And then they're off to Fishman Island. It's a rather short arc. We haven't had one of these this short since probably East Blue. So it was very refreshing, especially what the other arcs will be. I am concerned because a lot of people say Fishman Island is a horrible arc. But will it be as bad? I don't know.